Chapter 3: AI as Key Exponential Technology in the Smart Technology Era. Part 1. Now that we have a broader perspective of the smart technology era that we live and breathe, this chapter explores AI in more detail, how it impacts this world in a transformative way, where it all started and how it evolved over the past century, and the many breakthroughs and historical highlights. I also unzip AI and its multifaceted nature and many subfields, its applications, its various flavors with respect to assisted, augmented, and autonomous intelligence, how the fusion of AI, IoT, and blockchain are likely to impact our world in a significant way, and how the future of computing can make or break the AI revolution. Given what is at stake, our current civilization has a massive responsibility to direct AI in a visionary and wise fashion towards wholesome applications that maximizes the benefits to as many people as possible and life more broadly. AI's transformative impact on our world. It has become quite evident during the last few years that artificial intelligence is one of the key exponential technologies in the smart technology era, to such an extent that it has even been called the AI era, which follows the internet era of the past 25 years. AI's transformative impact on our world is not only due to how it can unlock business and societal value from exponentially growing structured and unstructured data across an ever-increasing instrumented world, but also its pervasive nature, in some sense not too dissimilar to the role of electricity, and ability to be used in conjunction with other technologies to construct smarter and more powerful technologies enriched with AI. These smart technologies significantly strengthen our capabilities to solve problems, experiment, research, gain insights, discover knowledge, and engineer solutions in a multi, trans, and interdisciplinary fashion within a limitless universe of application use cases. Aside from what smart technologies are capable of doing for businesses by automating, predicting, classifying, deciding, comparing, recognizing, detecting, and recommending, it can transform entire ecosystems and systems of production, management, and governance on a local and global scale. Kai-Fu Lee is confident that AI will soon enter the elite club of general-purpose technologies, GPTs, as described in the second machine age, which interrupt and accelerate the normal march of economic progress, with the steam engine, electricity, and information and communication technology the key ones. While the steam engine and electricity ramped up productivity by de-skilling the production of goods and services, information and communication technology have a skill bias in favor of highly skilled workers. AI, however, will not facilitate the de-skilling of economic production and will instead take over the execution of tasks that can be optimized using data without necessarily requiring human interaction. Kai-Fu Lee believes that the AI revolution will be on the same scale as the Industrial Revolution, but likely larger and faster. He discusses three catalysts that will accelerate AI adoption. The first being that AI solutions are just digital algorithms that are infinitely replicable and instantly distributable across the globe. The second is venture capital funding backing AI ventures. And third is having China also participating and on par with the West in both advancing and applying AI technology. PwC predicts that AI will add $15.7 trillion to the global economy by 2030, with about 70% of that gains likely to accrue in China and the US. In the report, Artificial Intelligence is the Future of Growth, Accenture suggests that AI as a new factor of production has the potential to double annual economic growth rates by 2035 through intelligent automation, labor and capital augmentation, and a driver of innovation. Within the smart technology era, some of the core technologies that are changing and will continue to change our world include networks and sensors that instrument the world, infinite computing, AI that provides expertise on demand, robotics which act as our new workforce, genomics, and synthetic biology. According to a 2020 Forbes article, the top technology trends that will likely define this decade also includes AI and machine learning applications, of which many I'll discuss further in this book, such as natural language processing, voice interfaces and chatbots, computer vision and facial recognition, robotic process automation, mass personalization and micro moments, big data and augmented analytics, as well as other complementary smart technologies and applications, such as IoT, robots and collaborative bots, autonomous vehicles, drones and unmanned aerial vehicles, wearables and augmented humans, intelligent spaces and smart places, blockchains and distributed ledgers, cloud and edge computing, digitally extended realities, digital twins, 5G of cellular network technology, genomics and gene editing, machine co-creativity and augmented design, digital platforms, cybersecurity and resilience, 3D and 4D printing and additive manufacturing, nanotechnology and material science, and quantum computing. The fusion of many of these exponential technologies, along with the speed of technology change, will likely lead to an exponential growth trajectory in the smart technology era. AI is the key technology in this change, without which the extents and uses of these other technologies would be limited to less cognitive behaviors and outcomes. For example, often with supporting IoT, robotics, blockchain, nanotechnology, biotechnology, smartphones, and internet, AI is already being used in detecting water, air, and crop health, diagnosing diseases, predicting when maintenance is needed to avoid expensive or disastrous breakages or outages, analyzing electricity, gas, and water wastage, advising on the best places to plant crops for the greatest yield, providing psychiatric and medical diagnosis and advice, and allowing people of different languages to communicate with each other in text, voice, and video, even across slang, accents, cultural, and regional syntax, meaning variations, personal patterns, and figures of speech. AI has great power to be used to positively transform people's experiences of the world, alleviate poverty, offer access to jobs and education, ensures all areas and communities have access to food and clean water, and more efficiently and effectively use what is already available and what has already been produced, circularity. The nature of smart technologies allows us to invent what was previously unimaginable, solve problems that we thought were just part of life, and bring resources and vital services to those previously excluded. AI is made even more powerful and omnipresent when combined with other smart technologies. In many cases, the use of AI is but one part of the fascinating inventions, which are really collaborations and integrations of different technologies. IoT has the ability to power any device with the internet to keep it constantly connected and pulling data and statistics, can communicate with software halfway across the world. This software uses machine learning algorithms to predict maintenance, optimize efficiency, conclude outcomes, or gain valuable insights. It sends all this back to the device, which then changes its track, alerts for maintenance, or redirects its power flow or focus. Already, artificial intelligence combined with other smart technologies like IoT is all around us, from self-driving cars and drones to virtual assistants and software that translate or invest. Impressive progress has been made in AI in recent years, driven by exponential increases in computing power and by the availability of vast amounts of data. From software used to discover new drugs to algorithms used to predict our cultural interests. Smart watches empowered by IoT and AI can know when we are going to have a stroke or heart attack or going into diabetic shock, can let us know when we are sick, even what the diagnosis is, and tells us what we need to do, what we can take, and where the nearest pharmacy that stocks what we need is. In business, AI also has the power to enhance, automate, improve, predict, personalize, and optimize products, services, and processes. Together with its smart technology counterparts, AI is transforming businesses, business models, hierarchies, strategies, workflows, services, and products. To be able to achieve this, we must know what we are facing. We need to know the threats and risks so that we can ensure that they do not occur. As much as we imagine the wonderful possibilities ahead of us, the truth is we have no idea what our future looks like, even less of an idea than we had during the previous industrial revolutions. We do know that the information revolution leading into the smart technology era is the fastest ever period of technological innovation. whereas human brain power played a key role in solving the problems of the 19th century, and software programs running on computers helped to address 20th century obstacles. AI and its applications are a key part of the 21st century solution stack to tackle today's challenges. Living in this hyper-connected age, with more knowledge, more access to knowledge, and the ability to make more sense of our knowledge, our lives are being continuously transformed and disrupted. Almost every industry and government is being transformed and disrupted by the knowledge-driven, hyper-connected smart technology era. Keeping up with these changes is where we find challenges. It is easier for economically stable countries and individuals who are exposed to the latest developments and have digital skills and education. It proves more difficult in countries and communities where the world's advancement is sparse. The World Economic Forum and Accenture's warning that we could be looking at job losses as high as 2 billion by the year 2030 is a real fear in a world that is split between those who are part of the digital socio-economy and those who are not. If technology is the future, then only those who are empowered to use this technology are secured a spot in this future. We are only at the beginning of smart technology transformation, and already the lives of the tech-enabled citizen and the non-tech-enabled citizen are so far apart that on a surface level they are barely relatable. The non-tech-enabled citizen, who without a smartphone, computer, or internet is not only living in a vastly different way, but is exposed to a fraction of the information, education, goods, trends, processes, and services than the tech-enabled citizen. Already, whether we are exposed to technology and how much technology is largely due to socioeconomic status. The further danger is that technology has the potential to solidify the world's socioeconomic status and drive them further apart. Therefore, it has never been more important for every person to be educated on and included in the changes of the smart technology era. We are on a tightrope, trying to balance the positive, transformational possibilities that AI brings with the negative socioeconomic decline that without immediate intervention, it has the potential to bring too. The wealth and opportunities of the world are already in the hands of the few. Smart technology and a digital economy could make this exponentially worse or exponentially better.